So your insurance company just came out. The adjuster got up on the roof for 20 minutes, said there's no damage up there and it's just wear and tear. You were there for the hailstorm, saw that everybody else is getting the roof bought, but you were the only one on your street that for whatever reason is not getting taken care of. So if you have a denied roof claim, this video is going to give you so much insight and provide you a ton of value on what your options actually are. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Caleb with a K. I'm the owner of Keys Roofing Company here in St. Louis, Missouri. I've specialized a lot in the last 4 years in turning claims that have been either denied or severely underpaid into actual full replacements. And I'm gonna let you in today on the process that I use for that and how we actually get you the desired outcome that you're looking for. Now let's talk about why these roof claims get denied in the first place. You'd honestly be surprised for me to say this given that I am a roofer, but I've also done a lot of training and I've seen a lot of stuff in my years. Almost 500 projects up underneath my belt. And I've seen how other roofing sales guys or experiences that homeowners have had is that probably 40 to 50% of claims never should have been made in the first place. What people think is hail damage, it could be blistering, thermal cracking, granule loss, or it could just be damage where you have a $4,000 deductible and you have $1,500 worth of damage. So it actually makes no sense. So claims that are incorrectly made, insurance will do a lot of saying there was pre-existing damage or wear and tear. And a lot of it too is a documentation issue. Guys, you would not believe how many colleagues I have sat across from where they have a job that's all of $100,000 and there's 8 photos in the CRM. They're trying to supplement for you to get drip edge, but they only have 15 photos and a couple of comments and communications for the team. When you are supplementing to get a roof denial overturned, the documentation is the story that we're telling. In one of my previous videos, I talked about Zelda, who is a woman that had 3 separate roofing contractors come out to her home. Take a look at the damage. Everybody on her street got taken care of except for her, but I was the one that was able to take her from a zeroed out roof claim all the way to it was a $15,000 roof approval. But that's because I took great photos of the entire roof and had a professional documentation and reasoning behind the recommendation that I had. And State Farm saw the photos based off that. They didn't even come back out. They just cut her a check. And don't think that you don't have options when it comes to a denial. Matter of fact, the first option you have is to request a re-inspection, because with each adjuster, they all have different styles and sometimes they just miss things, right? If you get a adjuster that you're not gelling well with, or he's being mean to you and your family, or short on the phone, if you got that denial, ask for somebody else to come by and take a second look. You guys would not believe how many roofs I've gotten bought just based off getting a new set of eyes there. They'll come through with this person. Ideally, you will want a roofing contractor to meet them there, because that's another mistake people make. The hail comes in, the tornado hits, and they call their insurance and just let this adjuster come look at their home, who's looking at 8 other houses that day. And did he come down and show you photos and videos of what the roof looks like? Do you even have access to anything in his inspection? And then before you know it, that adjuster that you had, they're shifting you off to some other desk adjuster or staff adjuster that you've never even seen before. So you need somebody on site that's gonna be an advocate for you. And I don't work for the insurance company. I work for you guys as the homeowner. So we're gonna have your best interest at play. So have us out there, not only for the initial inspection with the adjuster, but if we have complications, let's get another adjuster out there and we will come and meet with them and show them the damage that we see. Now, if you're not getting anywhere with your insurance company, they're not responding to your emails, they won't pick up your phone calls, I always recommend for people to make a complaint with the Department of Insurance. It's crazy to see after that complaint and everything goes through, just the responsiveness you start to get back from them, because they now know that you have public information out there that is saying that you're dissatisfied with the service. And then they start making moves. If you can't get the communication that you're looking for, you've tried everything, talk to your contractor about, hey, what is that appeal process? How do I go about making a complaint? And that's your second step. Now you do have an option too where you can hire a public adjuster, and you got to understand that there's more to it than what your contractor might talk to you about. So first off, I have a lot of friends that have since left from being an insurance adjuster to the public adjuster side. And most of them say that,
hey, unless the claim is over $40,000 or over $50,000, that we won't take it.
The public adjuster's biggest job is to fight against the insurance company and be an advocate for you. So think of them basically as like another quarterback on the team that's trying to take you from a full denial to all the coverage that you're supposed to get. But the catch is with public adjusters that you owe them a percentage of whatever the file ends up being. So if the file goes from a $2,000 loss to 100 grand, of that $98,000 spread, they may require something like 3%, 4%, 5%, 10%. So now your out-of-pocket cost is whatever you have to pay the public adjuster, plus your deductible, plus any upgrades, plus any bad wood that is there. Make sure that you understand what hiring a public adjuster entails. It's not just somebody that's gonna come be an advocate for you and work for free. There is a cost to doing that business, which makes sense for the right homeowner. But unfortunately too, when they have those limits like that of like 50,000 or higher, what happens to the people that have home claims that are sub 50 grand? Honestly, like they're out of luck. And I hate that it's like that, but they just don't have the representation because the public adjusters don't want to take those small claims because they know how much time, energy, and effort goes into actually getting an approval, and they want to make sure that they're paid out adequately. So if it's something over 50,000, then we can talk to a public adjuster, but if you're looking at an $8,000 claim, 10,000, 12,000, I wouldn't even waste your time. Now, what I've also seen is that if we're having these back and forths with like a State Farm, Travelers, Farmers, Allstate, is you can request an appraisal on the home. What they'll do is they'll send out an engineer who is supposed to be independent to come and take a look at the entirety of the roofing system. They're gonna write up an entire engineering report of what they see on the houses. There's the facts behind it, guys, but I'm also gonna be real with you in every single one of these videos. The engineers that I have seen come out to take looks at homes, even in their approach, the first thing that they're trying to do is they're trying to deny your claim. They're trying to deny your claim, but they're trying to do it in a way that seems like mathematical, scientific, and like highly informative. So if you get the right engineer out there, awesome. But from the experiences I've had and what I've seen with some of my colleagues, the engineers are really like, they don't work directly for the insurance company, but it seems that they have the insurance company's back more than they have the homeowner. Now, there are certain other things that you can do, but what I will say is I don't know how effective they are for each client. Some people, they get so upset and the insurance company has been taking so long to pay their claim that they decide that they want to get a lawyer. Guys, what I'll say is that these insurance companies are multi-billion-dollar corporations. And they do, unfortunately, have the time, they have the resources to be able to fight you back in ways that do not like financially drain yourself trying to make something happen with your claim. I'm all for justice and I want people to get taken care of. And I believe there is a time and a place. One of the clients that I have, actually like a married couple, so Kayla and Nicholas, this has been one of those files where I worked this for so long. I've never put so much time, energy, and effort into a claim. And it went on for about like 2 odd years for like a Spanish tile roof. They were at the point where State Farm had sent out 11 adjusters. 11 insurance adjusters that I met, every single one of them back at the house. And then they would basically take that claim and shuffle it off to another person that had no idea of what was going on. So if you're an insurance adjuster and you're watching this, like please take some notes. Like take notes in the file and try to get them over to the next person. Because the only people that suffered in that situation was Nicholas and Kayla. I mean, I've got 900 photos in the file. It's like 1,300 communications. We think about, are you guys trying to help or are you not? We want to make sure that we're taking great care of people, but when the lawyers and stuff get involved, people are emotional about it. They end up spending more money than what they would like. And I think as insurance companies, as contractors, as homeowners, if we all work together cohesively to do what's best for the person who is affected by this, then we'll all be in a better spot. Some of the companies, they make it about the money, and it's not that. If you're exhausted with your insurance company and you have a denial, guys, you have options. You could request a re-inspection. You could have a contractor that you trust document all of the damage and send it through to the insurance company. They may approve it at that point. Filing a complaint with the Department of Insurance, saying stuff on social media, or just asking around like, hey, can I get a new adjuster? Because I didn't gel well with this person. But people think that a denial is the end of the road or severe underpayment is the end of the road, but actually it's really just your first offer. Even in my claim, guys, my claim started at about like 20 grand and it ended up at $45,000. So my cleaning people flooded my entire house. They're working quickly. They don't see everything. They're humans just like you and I. When you partner with somebody like Keys Roofing that has your best interest, that's gonna over document, there's way more leeway that you have than what you may expect. Guys, once again, this is Caleb with a K, the owner of Keys Roofing Company here in St. Louis, Missouri. It's an honor. I love making these videos for you guys. I'm an educator at heart. I want you to get an idea of what it's gonna look like for you to work with my team or to work with just a contractor that you trust in your area, because people watch us from everywhere. So make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe, and I'm gonna see you on the next video. Until next time.